guys, it's Tootle and Maxwell here, and welcome to another video from my offline save of the WWE in TW 2016. This would have been the last event of the year, however I have decided we're going to try and run another live special tribute to the troops, so that'll come out fairly soon after this. But yep, today is TLC. Unlike real life where WWE do a lot of gimmick matches, the only match that is going to be a gimmick is going to be our World Heavyweight Championship match, which is our main event of this evening. But the save's been progressing well, we're finally gaining popularity again, and with that we have risen to international again. Or is it international? Can I just confirm that? Let's double check. View company size. International, yes, so we're on our way to global. But it's more about maintaining the international level at the moment and hopefully getting higher and higher. We're in the Mid-Atlantic region for this one, in the Jones C. Edwards Stadium. So it's a lot of fresh foods compared to the last video we would have seen last week. We're slowly trying to push guys from the upper mid card to the main event so they're in a good position for the Rumble. And really positioning people so they're in a good position on the WrestleMania card, and more so we can have a few new champions post WrestleMania when we look to do the brand split. So we'll explain each feud as we go along. I hope you enjoy it, guys. This is WWE Tables, Ladders and Chairs 2016. So sold out 38,000, that's ideal, that's a good start. And a couple of pre-show matches to start with, and a decent pre-show match. The team of Doomsday and Kalisto have defeated the Usos in 9:49, and Kalisto defeated Jimmy Uso by pinfall with the Rising Sun. A B-76 here. No real storyline in this one, it was really just given an opportunity to tag team of Kalisto and Doomsday against a tag team like the Usos, who are very good, that are just unfortunately stuck with Jey Uso's injury. But the good matchup. Kalisto gets a 64 in-ring performance, Doomsday with a 77, Jimmy Uso 72 and Jey Uso 70. No skill improvements in this instance. Negatives here, mostly for Jey Uso and Doomsday, but overall, a pretty good solid opener. Next up in a pre-show bout, they had decent wrestling but little heat. We had Bayley defeating Charlotte in 9:55 by pinfall with a rose plant. C62 here, Bayley with the 62, Charlotte with the 61. Obviously Charlotte is going to have far more overness than Bayley, so it's a gradual build-up of her before we can get her close to the Women's Championship title picture. No skill improvements in this one, but again just building Bayley up and not quite ready for pay-per-view, but a good victory over Charlotte. And then another pre-show match and about that had some good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Bray Wyatt has defeated Dolph Ziggler in 10:31 by pinfall with a standing senton splash following interference from his partner Luke Harper. We will hopefully get Wyatt back to pay-per-views very shortly. I am toying with the idea of bringing up Eric Rowan again, so we can have the proper Wyatt family. Strowman's going to be in development, I think, for a while, just to max out his stats. But a B78 here, Ziggler with a 76, Wyatt with the 82. No skill improvements in this instance, but it's a good way to have on the pre-show match. Good rating. So time for the start of the pay-per-view, and we really just do the usual hype video, the hype package, getting us prepared for this pay-per-view. There's Pyro, Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and JBL. Tell us about the show. Our two main events, although it says it's 4 guys here, it is 2 one-on-one matches. Cesaro takes on Roman Reigns as this Cesaro Superman push. And for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, within the TLC match stipulation, is AJ Styles defending his belt against the former champion, Dean Ambrose. A90 is a good solid start. The announcing job with Corey Graves was weak. They got the show off to a strong start, got the crowd hotter, and 2 storylines, the Turning Your Back and Swiss Superman. I don't believe that storyline. Have both moved on with this segment. Our opening contest in a decent match, Sami Zayn defeats Tyler Breeze in 14 minutes and 43 by pinfall. For Brainbuster, Sami Zayn makes defense number 14 of the WWE Intercontinental title. B82, absolutely delighted with that. A good showing from Tyler Breeze. He's one guy we're going to put a lot of faith in going forward. Tania did some good work at ringside. The former Rebel is Tyler Breeze's manager. They got the crowd buzzing. Zayn win 82, Breeze with 57. But I say it's a slow, steady process with him as we try and get Sami to the next level. We try and get Tyler to a good mid-card, upper mid-card level. It continues the storyline, which we will keep working along. They'll probably have another match at the Rumble. And negatives here. Tyler Breeze's stamina and his inconsistency, but overall a pretty good match-up there for the Intercontinental Championship. Next up, we've got the club talking to each other backstage. Gallows and Anderson have a chance for the tag team titles, while Finn Balor has a match against Kevin Owens. But they're just making sure they can all trust each other after AJ Styles turned his back on them. So at B78 there, they got the crowd hotter, and Finn Balor had a good performance. No negatives, so that's all good there. And the match itself and about had some decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Detroit Machine Guns of Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin defeated Gallows and Anderson in 14-19, and Chris Sabin defeated Luke Gallows by pinfall with a surprise roll-up. DMG make defense number 2 of the WWE World Tag Team titles. B80 is a solid matchup. Carl Anderson with a 68, Luke Gallows with a 72, Sabin with an 82, and Alex Shelley with a 79. The Battle of the Club storyline is also going to continue on. That's a good first meeting that I'm quite happy with. Carl Anderson's improving his performance skills. And negatives here, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. But overall, it's pretty good, pretty happy with that. And the peak of or the top of our tag division is pretty good at the moment, so hopefully we can get a few more teams to contend and really bulk it up a little bit. We have a promo with Randy Orton, who's hyping up his match against Shinsuke Nakamura in A91. Basically, Shinsuke's been on this great run of wins. Orton's getting obviously pissed off with this, that another guy's coming out of nowhere to take his spot. So he's responded by trying to attack him, but has never gotten the upper hand against Shinsuke. And the match itself and about had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Shinsuke Nakamura defeats Randy Orton in 20 minutes and 15 by pinfall with a running single leg high knee strike. BA plus 84, so that's absolutely fantastic from them. That's delivered. Continual rise up the card of Nakamura commences here. Nakamura getting better at his gimmick with an 80 rating in his in-ring performance. Randy Orton with an 88. Not sure where the storyline will go. We'll probably have another matchup on Raw, maybe on SmackDown. Both guys I'm suspecting will be in the Royal Rumble match itself. No skill improvements, negatives here. The chemistry for Shinsuke Nakamura, inconsistency of Randy Orton, and of course the booking decision for putting Shinsuke over, but hopefully he gets a good gain from this storyline. Next up, we're shown backstage where Seth Rollins gives a bunch of flowers to Paige. The real idea with this is, as we know in this series, Seth Rollins and Paige are an item. Paige has our match up next for the Women's Championship, defending it. It's really just Seth Rollins wishing her the best of luck. The angle happened to have him giving flowers and stuff like that. I just wanted an angle similar to that just has these two together and has a solid A90 rating, which is great to see that Paige is getting involved in such high angles. And the match itself and about had some decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Paige defeats Sasha Banks in 13:41 by pinfall with the Rampage. Paige makes defense number 1 of her WWE Women's Championship title. A B77 is really pleasing because this was the 5th time that these two have squared off. Thankfully I used the Steal the Show match aim and they delivered, so we didn't suffer any penalties with that. We had to give Sasha her mandatory rematch clause. Match got the crowd buzzing, which is good. Paige with a 77, Sasha with a 62. Continues this storyline, but someone else will probably get a title shot going forward. No skill improvements to speak of, and the negatives were just Sasha Banks' inconsistency and the pressure of going all out. But overall, that's a very good segment, and the kind of match ratings I'm looking for in the women's division going forward. Next up, we have the announcers putting over basically an announcement that Brock Lesnar will be at the Royal Rumble. I don't know if he's going to be in it, but he'll definitely be there and he'll be in some sort of match. Similar to real life, I'm just using him sparingly for the marquee events such as SummerSlam, Rumble, and WrestleMania, so he'll be there, and that's a B78. Next up and about that had good wrestling, or great wrestling and good heat. Finn Balor defeats Kevin Owens in 14 minutes and 51 by pinfall, a flying double stomp. B77, that's okay. Kevin Owens was off his game. Finn Balor with 84, Kevin Owens with 85. It continues their storyline. I think that might be the end of it though, because I've got big plans for Balor going forward, hence that he's won this matchup. No skill improvements to speak of. Negatives here. Balor not going all out. Inconsistency. in the low heat of the storyline. But good win for Balor there. Kevin Owens obviously was laughing at the fact you pent yourself up. Are you serious? And he's come out in this matchup. And the Demon has won here. Although he hasn't really portrayed the Demon so far in this save. I'll probably need to do that every time he's on pay-per-view, change his picture to Demon Balor. Next up, we've got John Cena's cutting a hype promo for his upcoming match with Big E. That's a B+88. Basically, Big E decided he needs to get to that next level. He needs to take out one of the top dogs, and the next top dog is John Cena. So he's aiming to beat him. Cena was fantastic. It continues the storyline. You can see me, Mr. Booty, or Booty, since it rhymes. And yeah, it was pretty decent. We can get a hype video, because hype videos are going to be a mainstay for these kind of matchups. The co-main event, the main event, and a couple other high-profile matches of hype videos. I guess a B+84, so delighted with that. The match, despite having a lack of psychology, had great wrestling and good heat, and Cena defeats Big E in 11:32 by pinfall with the Attitude Adjustment. B82, didn't feel it was quite right to put Big E over at the moment. His breakout year will be next year when we start taking him to that next level. But a 90 performance for Cena, 84 for Big E. Their storyline continues. They'll probably have a confrontation going into tribute to the troops. But no skill improvements here, and the negatives, the psychology, and John Cena's declining physical ability, but still a very solid match that could probably main event a pay-per-view at national level. Next up and about that had great wrestling and good heat, we had Seth Rollins defeat Rusev in 14:25 by pinfall with the Phoenix Splash. This was a B+83, again a good rating for another matchup that lacks psychology. Rusev's getting better at his gimmick, obviously we're giving him the monster push now. Seth getting 94, Rusev with 79, it continues their storyline. They'll probably have some sort of match at tribute to the troops as well, I imagine. No skill improvements, but good to see them getting a good rating. The only negative was the psychology there. So Rusev, we're slowly trying to bring him back to Monster Rusev, but it's going to be a gradual build. More so after WrestleMania, I would think. And to get him some of his heat back, Seth Rollins is celebrating his victory in the ring, but Rusev decides, I've had enough of this, beats him down to the mat. So A91, fantastic, we're getting Rusev in these kind of segments. Great rating for him, keeps him looking strong, gets him a good bit of exposure on pay-per-view, and the Mashka the Guy storyline has continued. Seth Rollins was fantastic here, and the only limit was being short really, so that's good. Next up, Roman Reigns hypes a promo for his upcoming match with Cesaro. E93. Basically, Cesaro's been on this great run of form, a couple of wins over Roman Reigns. Roman's is frustrated, but it's the usual. I'm the guy. If you want to be the guy, you have to beat me. So A93, he's confident. And he's still one of the best, most over guys I've got in the roster, if not the most over guy. We've got big plans for Roman going forward, but Cesaro, with his high psychology stat, is someone I want to get up there to help the likes of Roman Reigns improve as a worker as well. They get the hype video as well, which is a B+84. Nothing else really to add there. The match is what I know. What's it going to score? Let's find out. Fucking solid. Absolutely fantastic. And that is with a lack of psychology as well. And a superb wrestling match. And had great heat as well. Roman Reigns defeats Cesaro in 23:12 by pinfall. A90, absolutely fantastic. If they had psychology, that'd probably up a good bit more. Cesaro with the 91, Roman Reigns with 95. Hopefully that'll elevate Cesaro as well. It continues the storyline. I might give them another matchup if that's the ratings I'm going to get. No skill improvements in this instance. Yep, only negative was the psychology, but delighted with that. Probably should have main evented, but it is what it is. Great rating regardless. We then have a hype video for AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match within the TLC stipulation. E78 is quite disappointing there. And the match does not deliver to the levels we would have expected. But about that had fantastic heat and good wrestling. AJ Styles defeats Dean Ambrose in a TLC match in 26:21 when AJ Styles retrieved the item. AJ Styles makes defense number 2 of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. B79 is disappointing. I'm assuming the gimmick stipulation didn't help their case here, so maybe we should have made it Roman Reigns Cesaro main event. But it is the title, so kind of have to put it main event. But AJ is getting better at his gimmick. Dean Ambrose did a 9-ring performance of only 75, AJ 85, and the turning your back storyline has continued. As I say, we'll probably have a new challenger, the Royal Rumble. Negatives: AJ holding back, Ambrose held back, so that's probably one big reason. Didn't meet the crowd's expectations, so they didn't actually enjoy the TLC match. Maybe I shouldn't have I made that the storytelling match, so maybe if I didn't make that a storytelling match, would I get a better rating? But it's not bad, it's not the end of the world. We should still make pop with a very strong co-main event. I can perform better if you use me in matches. Yep, so that's high spot, so it's understandable. And disappointingly, only a B+85 at the end of the show for AJ Styles, celebrating the fact that he is still WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So he came across well. This might lose his pop, let's find out. It was a really strong show apart from a main event. And B+84, so again, better placement of matches, a better... I think it's actually a really strong show. Actually, when you look at it, there's very few low ratings there. And everything is over 70 bar Bayley and Charlotte, which is understandable. So really just a case of if this isn't a stipulation match, I think we do far better. Still, B+84 is really good. Increase our popularity in 15 regions, and all I can say is Roman Reigns and Cesaro complimented on a great performance because they were superb. So Roman Reigns is pleased, Cesaro is pleased. Could we have done better? I definitely think we could have, but overall, I'm not going to complain about that. We're still knocking it out of the park, I think. And yeah, let's look at see what our items are here. So feedback was fantastic, sold out 38k, that's great. Nothing really else there. NXT World at the Weekend, so I need to check that as well. Apart from that, so NXT World at the Weekend is just basically I've given the women the chance to fight every week on an event type thing. That was their 9th show, so that's good that they're getting more exposure, hopefully getting better skill set. I'm interested to see if any of them are due to come up soon. 73 million, obviously that'll drop. I may actually get a bit more, come to think about it. If we're going to have a second pay-per-view next week, so we may be looking at over 70 million for this month. The last time we done 2, we made 6 million profit, so if we can get close to that 6 million, or maybe even the 7 million, 6 million there, that was at September. So we can get close to that, we could be looking at 67 million, maybe 68 million in the bank. So I'm looking forward to that, that could be good. Prestige 100, Momentum 97, we're all strong there. Size of the company, just need to keep improving Mid-Atlantic, keep that away from 71 and we're going to drop again. I'd ideally want to be an international company going forward for WrestleMania. Cameron's development contract's up for renewal, so I'll double check that. We have an alliance and Rocky Romero was at Dragon Gate because of that. He's not actually under contract by us. The pay-per-view rating was an 11.20, which is really good. I'll need to check if that is our best one. And with a 3.49 TV rating in Australia and New Zealand. And Luke Gallows is a future star, says John Cena. So let's quickly, if I go to, where will you go to? History, Top 100, that's what I'm looking for. Pay-per-view buys, and it is our second highest one. It's just below the Survivor Series, which is a 12.29, but with its prestige, that's to be expected. We should be aiming at the Rumble and WrestleMania ahead of them. But you can see over time, ratings are getting better, and buy rates are getting much better as well. So delighted with that. It's a fun save, as I say. It's just a case now of getting as many guys over to the next level before we start bringing in the brand split and having more guys. Because if we need to be getting, again I go to this, we need to be getting over 81s every show. So realistically, we need as much star power as possible, and then some guys that are going to carry that going forward. So just confirming that I am bringing Bobby Roode on a 1-year deal since WWE has officially signed him. It seems anyway. This is being recorded while he's at download, so hopefully that's the case. And I just thought, why not bring in Naito as well? So he's on a paper appearance deal because he wouldn't sign a written contract because of New Japan. So we'll take him in, we'll use him when we can. He's more so going to be a talent that shows the likes of our specials, especially Beast in the East and stuff like that. If we do any more specials over in Japan. So we're delighted with that. We'll give him, what is his sign push, would be a mid-carder. That's cool, so he can work in there. Delighted with that. And a couple of things we usually look at before we finish. The IC title is 71 Prestige still. Sami Zayn's had it since SummerSlam. United States title is at 71. Cesaro certainly didn't defend it. Still good. Paige is at 68. That was her first title defence. 78 for AJ Styles, so that's dropped again if we go to Prestige. 88 down to a 78 is quite poor. It's the joint lowest it's been at. So hopefully we can fix that. And of course the tag titles are still doing pretty well with our third set of champions in this save, which is not bad considering we've been going since WrestleMania. So 3 champions in about 9 months, that's pretty good. But last but not least, I'm not going to worry about creative meeting because that doesn't really vary much. Just looking at a couple of guys' overness. So you get AJ Styles covering 92s, which is good. If we just look through here, Becky Lynch now at 54, so she's continuing to get to a good level. Bray Wyatt by the next getting pushed, so his 70s will hopefully go up a little bit, or 69s, more 70s. Cesaro, you can see he's on the brink of that main event with those 84s to 87s and 82 in there. So he's someone that's got a high level of overness. I just want to get to that next level. Let's see who else here we can use. Finn Balor, 80s, so again, it's just a case of getting him that a little bit more, that one feud that gets him to the next level. You can see a few guys who haven't debuted yet, the likes of Jay Lethal, Harry Smith are going to work into storylines as well. Cena back up at 89s and 90s, so that's good. I should probably have checked Big E as well. 73, 72, so he's got a good bit to go. But hopefully we'll get him there. Same with Kevin Owens, he's pretty much between 77 and 80, so another one that's just needs a little feud to get him to the next level. Paige is doing well, she's nearly 60 over on this, so her increase has been great since I started using her. Didn't really start using her, if I'm honest, until probably July, so the build from there. 40 over on this, which we got her down to after jobbing a bit, up to 58, so that's a good 18 over on this increase in the female division. Randy Orton again maybe needs that one feud to get him back to the main event, but I'm suspecting he'll probably get a title run at one point. Roman Reigns, 91, 92s, still as dominant as always. Sami Zayn, 71s, so again he's close, but not quite there. Although I'm hoping for a feud in the future that gets him there. Rusev, the same kind of idea. That one feud, maybe if he gets that one over Seth Rollins, he gets there. I've looked at Sami Zayn. Sasha Banks, the same, 58, so she's improved. Having good kind of matches like that on this kind of stage will only help her get over as well, and Paige. And Shinsuke, 80, he's nearly there. Again, winning Randy Orton against Randy Orton was good. If he can keep this up, then hopefully we can make him perfect. If we get a match in Japan, he's going to be an absolute star. We could probably put the world title on him in Japan because he's that over. The fact is, since he debuted in the main roster, 34E, and he's now 78s, which is just an amazing increase from Shinsuke. Getting up about 9 at popularity every month, and it's been a slow build up. Brought him in from a tag team, and it's been very natural. Good progression, and the fact he's got stuff like 100 basics, 90 psychology, good safety, good consistency. He can sell well. Everything is great. So looking forward to him getting to that next level. Apart from that, Tyson Kidd's back from injury, so he's getting a slow push. He's been up a little bit. And is there anything else we really need to cover? That's pretty much it. I don't think there's anyone else. So really just heading towards Tribute to the Troops, which if I just got my schedule is booked in for the 4th week of December. So I've got 2 shows to book, and I'll go and book Tribute to the Troops, and we'll do a video on that. I did have the idea of the WWE World Cup. That is still to be decided when. And then after that, we're on the road to the Royal Rumble. So it's probably going to be a lesser gap between here and the next pay-per-view, the next video, which is always Sunday. I'll try and fit this in maybe on the Thursday, or maybe even the Monday. As I say, Tribute to the Troops will be our next one. Then after that, we're going to have a video just going through the top 500. We'll go through all the awards and we'll see where our guys have placed. As far as I'm aware, most of the awards seem to be the Japanese-based wrestlers that are winning it. So I'm more so looking through the top 500, see where we place, and seeing what we can do to get to the top. Overall, really enjoying the save. It's been great fun. As I say, as always, hope you're enjoying either watching these videos, discussing it on Twitter. If you've seen anything on Twitter I've posted from the save, it's been great fun. Yeah, I just want to learn more about the game, take over the WWE, take over the world even with WWE, sorry, kill TNA, and yeah, just make this the best product as possible, changing the landscape of the WWE that we know. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. It's deeply appreciated. Get any comments within the series. If you've WWE yourself, of course, let me know how you're getting on, who you're booking. Have you seen any gradual builds from any wrestler in your save, similar to the one of Shinsuke Nakamura? Let me know about that as well. Of course, remember, guys, it's deeply appreciated if you can drop a wee like, or give a wee retweet, or whatever on Twitter. As I say, if you haven't subbed, drop a hit to the sub button as well. That'll have these videos dropping in your inbox whenever they go live. Apart from that, other ways to contact me, I'll always be posting these videos up on the Grey Dog Software Dynasty section. So I mean, any feedback on that is deeply appreciated, even if it's just constructive criticism on how I'm presenting this or how I should book or whatever. Let me know honestly. I'm happy to discuss and talk away on that thread as well. And same with on Reddit on the Fantasy Bookers. So again, if you're looking to book fantasy stuff, definitely check out that subreddit as well, Fantasy Bookers. That is. But apart from that, I think that's everything covered. So I'm going to get ready to book towards Tribute to the Troops. Of course, the last week of December is when WWE kind of mess about a little bit with booking and have more festive fun. So I'll look to do that. I say hopefully I'll see you in the next episode, which will be Tribute to the Troops. Thank you. See you later. Bye bye.